Alrighty, so ask God. This is Ask God. I'm excited to talk about this because this is one of the principles for me that I feel it's the easiest thing to do. It's one of the amazing things that you can learn to do. And the more you actually rely on God and the more you ask God, anything that you want to achieve. So remember, the law of attraction is all about energy. Everything around you is energy. So the things that you want to achieve, it's either positive energy or negative energy. It's either the things that you want or the things that you don't want. The question is, what are you paying attention to? So are you mostly complaining, criticizing, and, feeling fear or feeling panicky or feeling uncertain, feeling unsafe, feeling, unguaranteed, and feeling all sorts of negative emotions? Do you feel sad and disappointed? That is negative energy. When you continue feeling all of these things. So for instance, let's say you want to sell your car or you want to sell your house, but you're not sure or you're not certain how it's going to happen. That is called worry. If you're looking for a job and you don't know how you're going to get a job and you don't even know whether you're going to get a job or not, because maybe you feel that you're unqualified or you don't know what's going on and the economy is not doing well and your country, all these other different things. Or maybe you want to get married and you feel that, the right guy is not there for you or the right woman is not there for you and all these people are just cheating and blah, blah, blah. That is called concern. That is called fear. That is called worry. That is called anxiety. So that is negative energy. If there's a person in your life that you don't like or you don't get along with them or they wronged you, no matter how justified you are, if they've wronged you and you haven't forgiven them and you don't like them and you hate them or dislike them, that is negative energy that you are carrying inside of you. It may be a disappeared absent father. It may be a mother or something. Or maybe you're angry at God because your parents passed on when you were too young. I don't know what you're going through. But here's the point. Negative energy is negative energy. And negative energy brings in more negative energy. Or at the very least, it prevents the positive things from happening in your life. It slows down the momentum of the blessings. Therefore, even sometimes if you're a Christian and you're born again or maybe you think you've got a positive mindset, if there is something inside of you that is hindering you from or delaying you from receiving positive energy, no matter how small it may be, if it is something that you do think about, if it is something that does affect you in any way possible, and it does make you feel uncomfortable, anxiety, trauma, or sad, it is negative energy. Now, here's the thing. If you ask God to assist you in letting that go, it literally becomes easy for you to let that energy go. The negative energy will disappear over time. It can happen instantaneously. It can happen within a few days or a few hours. But you need to believe the fact that God is your creator. When you ask God for something, He literally gives it to you. Ask and you will receive. Knock and the door will be open. Continue to seek and you will find. No matter what you're looking for in your life, if you simply ask God. And look, I'm not talking about you praying for hours and going on your knees and spending 5 hours, 3 hours speaking in tongues and doing things that feel and look uncomfortable. You simply have to have a decent conversation as though you're speaking to your father. Imagine speaking to your mother. Imagine speaking to a close friend. Imagine speaking to your father or your teacher or any person that you feel comfortable in terms of a mentor or an inspirational figure or even yourself. But just project this energy and this conversation to who you believe God to be. It may be the universe, but the advice that I give you is that give it to Jesus Christ. Give it to the Son of God. Give it to God Himself, or pretty much find guidance and seek guidance from the Holy Spirit. But the point is, when you ask God for something, believing that you're going to receive it, believing that God does exist and He is real, hello, you are alive. So where do you think your life comes from? When you ask God for anything, He will give it to you. But you need to believe. And so when you move away from the negative energy, no matter what it may be, you will transform and move along into the side where you're going to now focus on deliberately, intensely, again and again, look for good news. So remember, we've spoken about manage your environment. One of the things I've told you is you need to manage your environment. And by the way, this is not information that I've made up. I've literally been listening to people, listening to seminars, reading books, reading the Bible, and consulting with a lot of people that are successful around me. And these are things that they talk about. It's not something that I'm making up. So managing your environment is very good for you in terms of what do you watch on TV? What kind of movies do you watch? What kind of music do you listen to? Where do you go when you've got a choice to go absolutely anywhere? What kind of friends do you associate with? What kind of people do you spend most of your time with? What kind of data and information do you fill your mind with? So you need to manage your environment very wisely and very attentively, because the information is either positive or negative. So depending on where you are in your life right now, you are either going to continue feeling better or you're going to feel worse. You either feel better or you feel worse. You either feel good or you feel bad. So if you are trying to achieve something like having a new car or a new job, or you're trying to get employed, but you are sitting by the street, or you are depressed, or you are complaining about stuff, or you don't get along with your neighbors or your parents or your children, or you are abusing your spouse or cheating on your spouse, I don't know what you're doing. But if you're doing negative things, or you're watching negative news on TV, and you are literally just feeding and feeding and feeding on the negative news, and it makes you feel uncomfortable, and it makes you feel bad about the world we live in this day and age, and it makes you think that all these things are just so bad, then obviously you're going to feel bad, and you're going to increase the negative energy within you. And with negative energy in your mind and your emotions, your life will continue to attract more negative energy. So it is your responsibility, and you should take accountability for how you manage your environment. So ask God to assist you. Look for the guidance. Ask for the guidance. Pray for the assistance. Read the Bible. Read whatever positive mindset book you can read. Listen to positive minded seminars. Listen to and observe and analyze successful people, successful marriages, rich people, wealthy people, whatever the case might be. Just find positive information, and therefore you begin to feel better and better and better about absolutely anything and everything that you're going through. When you begin to ask God, you're going to transform and shift your emotional well-being from the spiritual connectivity. You will begin to attract people, things, circumstances, conditions, and everything that you can imagine that will allow you to keep increasing and keep growing with regard to the energy that you bring in, the things that you're attracting to your experience, and the things that you pay attention to. And God will assist you in this process. God is invisible, but He works in your mind. The thoughts that you've got, it's either you are connected with God or you are not connected with God. If you are literally filled with negative thoughts most of the time, it is because you don't spend enough time meditating and praying, or trying to speak to God, or trying to expose yourself to positive information. So you need to make that deliberate decision where you are going to seek, ask for, look for, and just keep knocking on the door of positivity. Change your mindset, change the way that you speak, change the way that you feel, change the way that you think. And if you feel that maybe you can't, or you don't know how to, simply ask God for the strength. Ask God for the restoration. It may take some time, because we don't know where you are. You may be at a place where you've already jumped out the plane and you are diving without a parachute. So you just need to now brace yourself, because you're going to have to land. But when you ask God to land safely, you will be able to land safely on the ground, instead of experiencing injuries and death or any uncomfortable thing that you want to experience. And so anything that you want to experience, If you are in a positive mentality right now and everything is going good in your life and you're already successful and you feel that your life is amazing, good for you. Continue to ask God, continue to doing what you've been doing, continue with the positive mindset, continue being a blessing around the people around you. Go deeper into meditation. Go deeper into praying. Go deeper into writing down your goals. Go deeper into having visions for yourself, having a vision board, or writing down your goals. Write down the things that you want to achieve. Do whatever it is that you can do. Watch positive-minded movies. Watch positive stuff on the internet. Look for good news and spend time with amazing people. Go out. Go to a fancy restaurant if you can afford it. Go and buy some nice clothes if you can afford it and if it's a good idea. Spend time with people that make you feel good. Spend time with people that make you feel excited. Do whatever it is that you can do. But if you are at a place where you don't know what to do, simply ask God. Ask God. That's all you got to do. Just go on your knees or close your eyes or go in a private room or do whatever it is that you can do in an office, at work, at school. If you want to improve your grades, if you want to improve your results at school, maybe you're studying and you feel that, the studies are overwhelming you. You don't know how you're going to pass your degree. Simply ask God to help you. Ask the universe to assist you. Literally say, please help me to be happy. Help me to study, and believe that you will receive the evidence and the assistance. But it's also your responsibility to do something in relation to being able to study. So don't ask to study well, but then you go out with friends and you go drinking and partying and smoking and doing stupid things. You need to zone in and manage your environment. Get to a point where you match up your emotions to the level of the thing that you want to achieve. So if you want good grades, or you want a promotion, or you want to achieve something great, you need to understand, how will it make you feel if you had to have this thing right now? If it's going to make you feel different compared to where you are right now, your responsibility is to close the gap. If you don't have the strength to close the gap by yourself, simply ask God to allow you and lift you up and show you the way and show you the guidance and give you wisdom and give you strength and give you anything that you need to receive. It may be help from people, It may be resources that you receive unexpectedly from the heavens above. It may be an inspirational idea. It may be your impulse, your intuition. It may be a family member that will just be inspired to take you for a drive, and you go somewhere and you meet someone that literally is looking for something that you've got in possession, and you exchange good energy and ideas. I don't know what it is. God works in mysterious ways. He opens a way where there is no way, but you have to ask God. So ask God, and most importantly, believe that He is listening. He's all around you right now. I always speak to God like He's here right now with me. I believe that I don't need to see Him. I just need to feel Him, and I just need to believe that He's with me all the time. So remember to ask God. No matter what you want to achieve, just simply ask God.